certainly one of the lone bright spots offensively for Washington. McLaurin had his second 100-yard game of the year, Week 6, in the win over Miami. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Pass interference. Offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Passing play. Flacco. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but fourth down coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And the Redskins are able to come up with a goal line stand. Keenum and the Redskins now going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Keenum now to throw. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Keenum. And that will be incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. As Denver takes back over possession of the football, I want to discuss their Week 6 victory. They shut out Tennessee. So now they're 2-4, 2 straight wins after the 0-4 start. And on an afternoon where Champ Bailey and the family of late owner Pat Bowlen were presented with Hall of Fame rings, the Broncos defense, they played like Hall of Famers.
They certainly did. And how about these season-saving victories the last 2 weeks out, right? Started 0-4, have won 2 straight.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Off the edge, this sack by Matt Ioannidis. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After the sack on first down, Flacco, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. And this kick,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Deron Payne coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Another try after the first down sack. Flacco, Jonathan Allen. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Well, the Broncos had 15 fourth-down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. And partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. There's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscore. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Keenum. Oh, Keenum has it knocked away. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Play action. It's Keenum. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. And he finds McLaurin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The interim head coach Bill Callahan really wants to run the football and do so with Adrian Peterson, so he figures to be a big beneficiary. And he had a strong game in Miami Week 6, the first game that Bill Callahan was the interim head coach. 118 yards on 23 carries. And remember, this is a guy in AP who at 34 years old was a healthy scratch in Week 1. Now it's Keenum. It's caught by Davis. A gain of 6 there on first.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Here's Keenum. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Keenum. Oh, Keenum has it knocked away. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got a man, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 75 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. As Washington comes back out here offensively, it gives us a chance to talk about their Week 6 win, their first of the season. Now, granted, it was against Miami, who was still winless, but they got the job done, defended a 2-point conversion in the dying moments of that game to secure the victory.
Hashtag HTTR. Cue the music. Everyone has to be happy to get that first win. We know that they let Jay Gruden go as their head coach October the 7th. Bill Callahan has taken over as the interim guy. He was their offensive line coach. So what will he want to do with that offense?
Run the football. That's what he said his opening press conference.
And how did they run it against Miami?
145 yards, and AP was over 100 in that game.
Yeah, he's going to be very happy to have Bill Callahan as the interim head coach. And now they get ready for San Francisco. Then they go to Minnesota. And they go to Buffalo.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Montez Sweat in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Backing into the end zone, Flacco. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Looking for 2 yards here on 3rd down, Flacco. Oh, this is taken in, it's complete. They give him a gain of 38. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking.
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton With his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Broncos push further out in front. And now the Broncos are going to line up and elect to go for two here. Lindsey going to try and run it in. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for two is snuffed out.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Throwing is Keenum on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Flacco now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. And that's complete to Sanders. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. And now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Flacco, he'll let this go deep, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos push further out in front. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches, and being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort, so maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. They need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
On second down, it's Peterson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. The Redskins on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14. Now Keenum. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Here's Flacco. He's got his big tight end, Fant.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
It's caught by Sanders. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. But he will not make the first down marker. And that'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. From the 22, Keenum. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. And it's 3rd and 4. The Redskins on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Keenum. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. Rolling to his right. It's caught inside the 25. Sheds off the tackle. A huge play there for Denver. 65 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Flacco will take to the air again. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton on his way to a historic performance.